Hey, there we are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are. Welcome back to my stream. My name is Jeff Fritz, and we're going to write a little bit of code today. Hey there, who's here in the chat room today? Chris Jones, good day. Robert Tables with the hype, good Sunday. Yes, it's a beautiful Sunday here in sunny Philadelphia. Yeah, it's always sunny in Philadelphia, isn't it? Lannon BR is here. Good morning. And Rambling Geek, hello, hello. MPet45, good afternoon. Ancient Coder, hello, hello. Hope your day is going great. Ugh, Monday right around the corner. The day after Super Bowl. Yes, it's Super Bowl Sunday here in the States. And I don't have a team in the game. But I've got to root against, I've got to go against those always tough New England Patriots. I think I'm going to be rooting for our Los Angeles Rams. Make sure I don't call them St. Louis. Let's see. Here we go. Some Gooseman stream captioning. Yes, indeed. So if you're interested, you can turn it on. There's closed captioning that I'm trying. Thanks to our friend Talk to Me Gooseman. Let me make sure we throw a shout out for him out there. You'll only get that if you're live here on Twitch. There is captioning that does get exported and turned on the YouTube video, but you'll get live. Talk to me. Talk to me, Gooseman. Let me make sure I get his name right. There we go. But we're getting live captioning thanks to a little bit of help from Google. Google Chrome is doing the captioning, the audio capture, and sending it over to the Twitch overlay that you see over top of the video. Very cool stuff. Make sure you check out Eric Stream. Give him a follow. He's working on some really neat stuff. Working closely, building Twitch extensions for folks. All right, Bardaki. Hello, hello. Good to see you. All right, today is Sunday, and I've got something to show you here. Check out what's on my desk now. Look at this. Got a couple more stream decks in the house, and we've got a few happening now. It's a little crazy here. I'm trying out the mini here on the left, and it's showing my processor and the number of viewers in stream. I've got in the middle in the picture you see, I've got some of my sound effects, and on the right, I've got even more sound effects. But I'm going to bounce back and forth on each of them so that I can control different aspects of the stream. And then there's the remote for my green lights that I have behind me. Very, very cool stuff. And I'm a regular space cadet with these things. That's why I'm wearing my NASA hat today, right? I am thrilled. I feel like all these little toys and things they're great pieces of hardware that really help control the stream and make it easier for me to share with you all the different types of content that we're presenting and talking about together. Let's get some music playing in the background here. I'm going to play Red today. There we go. So this is Music to Go By from our friend Mr. Carl Franklin. Let's see if I can get that level set right. That's not bad. It's scientifically engineered. It's designed to get you in the groove, to get you in the flow. This is called Music to Code By. You can get it at mtcb.pwop.com, or you can sign up for the subscription with the apps for iOS and Android, or you can just get it over the web at musictoflowby.com. So many stream decks, so little time. Absolutely. Alrighty, let's get into it here. Let's talk about all the progress that not just I've made, but you've made over the last few days here. Oh my gosh, I got to make sure I call out our Rainbow Beard Challenge. It's pushed out to build, which will be May timeframe. But if we can get before May 1st to 7,000 followers, I'll dye the beard rainbow for build. Oh yes, and Microsoft Marketing is on board. They're happy with that. They're like, sure, go ahead. Have fun with that. Yeah, we'll get there. We will get there. You don't even have one yet, says Chris Jones. And there are subtitles. Yes, we have a We have a plugin installed from our friend Talk to Me Gooseman. Dan Markello, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us, pushing those numbers up. Let's see. I nipped out earlier to a computer shop chain. They actually had one out on display. You want one even more now. That's terrific, Chris. Absolutely. There's Auth Zero Bobby. Good morning. Good morning. I have an extra Stream Deck that I'm going to raffle off. I will give it away. We'll see when and how I can set that up over the next few days. I might want to couple that to a longer event. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do with that. Hey, there's Carrie. Good morning. My gosh. The chatter on Discord over the past 2 days with folks talking and working around the Stream Deck Toolkit has been amazing. Junicus, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining. I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. And it's so much good work being done on this project. I'm thrilled with it, and so happy to see, even when I'm busy taking care of various chores and things that I've got to keep up with on the weekend around the house and with work, that folks are still able to jump in and help out a little bit with it. I don't really understand the purpose of music on stream. Would you consider making a poll? No. I'm sorry, Voigtkamp Phil. We run the music in the background so that folks have a little something that sounds nice to fill the space in between me talking. I'm not going to run a poll to change my stream. I think it's nice. I think it keeps things in the groove when there's a pause. And that's the way I run things. Similarly, I've had people say, you need to stop with the sound effects. You need to stop with Steve and the alerts and things. This is meant to be fun. This isn't a lecture. This is, let's get together, let's write some code and have a good time. Let's learn. And this is part of my brand. Yeah. I'm sorry, but this is how I run things. Other folks are quiet, dead quiet when they're coding. They don't even talk to the camera. And you just watch over their shoulder. If that's the type of stream that works for you, great. Enjoy that. This is how I run my show. And it's meant to be fun. Yep. So, to each their own. And I think I have the music down low enough that it's not overwhelming. It's not so loud that it's going to be insulting. Okay? So I want to make sure that we have a good time here. All right? So, yeah, we'll get back to that. So, I will raffle off and send one out. Hey, Corpa! So, I have a full-size one. It's in a box over there. I could run off and grab it, but I don't want to disconnect from everything. When last we met, previously on Fritz and Friends, I need to even record my own thing of that. I need my own sound effect for this. Okay. We'll work on that. We'll get there. Just looking around. Okay. Making sure I've got sound effects all set up. Hey, Mordecai. Probably not make it back. All right. We'll take care. Thanks for stopping in. I started off, we left off, I was trying to run a release of our Stream Deck Toolkit. This is the toolkit. This is a library and set of features that make it easier to build plugins for the Stream Decks, right? And the Stream Deck, as you saw in the picture, and I closed the picture. I had the picture open. No, not that one. That one. It's got these buttons on it that you can customize. You can put whatever image on it you'd like to make it easier for you to understand what the things are that you're presenting or working with. Really neat stuff. And we've been building a toolkit to allow you to build new actions to work with this. So I was trying to do a release at the end of the day on Friday, and I never got around to finishing this. I got wrapped up in other things Friday and Saturday and just never finished pushing this release out. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go through and resolve. There's a couple of merge conflicts down here. I want to resolve these real quick and push it out so we get a fresh version sent out there. And to be clear, I'm more concerned. I need the second full-size Stream Deck because I have so many sound effects. The mini one, I'm not obsessed with. That's one that I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. But I want to make sure that I can test and ensure everything works on all the devices. I really want a 2 claps and a Ric Flair sound for when I finally get a thing to work. I've seen folks put GIFs on the buttons. I feel like that would be distracting to me. Let me go through and let's resolve some of these conflicts here because this is insane, some of these that are here. So we've got a README at the top level. This is the README that we're presenting out to folks that visit the website. And you know what? This is a pain in the neck to kind of compare back and forth. Indent mode. Yeah, oh my gosh. This is going to be real hard to manage like this. If you don't mind, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this on the command line so I can use my favorite editor, Visual Studio Code, to manage and merge here. Hey, Brave Cobra, good to see you. So let's do this. Let's resolve this real quick. Stream Deck first. And when I look at my status here, I've got, yeah, these 2 test items that... let me just stash. What? What? What do you mean no local changes? They're new files. All right, fine. Let's do it. Yeah, I know. Oh, I got to pull this from upstream. Oh, man. Oh, this is not going to be easy. All right. I think I had Stream Deck Toolkit. Right? And get remote. What are my remotes? Yeah, thanks. Okay, so that is the full one. All right. Let's check out and work here locally. Already up to date. Okay. How come it didn't merge master? Let's do that. No. Well, that caption wasn't correct. Uh-oh, what caption was it pointing to? Hang on, why isn't this? Do that again. Git checkout master. There we go. Now, why isn't it? Okay, so now I have master. Now, why is it telling me it merged? You're on dev. Check out master, pull master. Check out dev. Yeah, that's... Right, so git pull that one. Okay. Now git merge master. There we go. My closed captioning... Whoa! No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no. All right. Let's look at the status here. There's the files I need to modify and update. Let's do it. Let's break into this. Let's do some merging here real quick. Move things up, move things around, and hopefully get this working a little bit better. No, I don't want that. Okay. Let's look at here, and I'm going to zoom back out. What do you mean there's no source control providers registered? Of course there are. It's right there. It's like it's still loading all the things, all the plugins and things. Here, look at this. Look at that. PowerShell extension updated. We don't care about that right now. Get back to me later. Yeah, Carrie, that's... No. I'm not talking about that. Yee. Come on, finish loading here. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. All right, here we go. What do you mean load failed? I want to be down here. I know load's going to fail. We're still merging. That's what the caption is pulling up. Do I talk too fast for this? I don't know. I might not trust that Google. The Google, as it were. All right, let's see what we can do to merge some of these things and make sure that we get the latest and greatest and fabulous. So up here, this is the current change. This is the incoming. The incoming is coming in from master. So I think we want to keep the current change here because this works. Right? So I'm going to accept that one, and there's one more change down here, and this is to start. We will not restart it, but we will from the template. All right, I'm going to accept the current change there as well. Save that one, and move on to the next one. That was here. So let's stage that change and keep moving on. All right. Let's look at the first README. Oh, dear God. It's a spacing issue, isn't it? Ugh. Isn't there a way to put this side by side? No. No. Right? What the... Isn't there a way to put these side by side? Can't wait for Rainbow Beard build, RBB. Hey, Ethan, good to see you. How's it going out there, buddy? Although the caption is helpful for some of our friends here, find it very distracting. You can turn it off. There's a button there you can disable it. All right. I thought there was a way to put these side by side. Compare changes. That's better. Because there's just so much going on here. All right. These are fine. This is the incoming over here. I like this better. This better. I'm keeping the left. Now, how do I accept from here? Right? There used to be a button that would say left, right, accept. Yeah, I can't say accept change on these. Well, that's kind of lame. And these just navigate around. Not a fan. Stop. I don't need to see these things. Go away. Is the button in the left panel? What? No. 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 Not a fan of this at all. This is all actions on the changes. No. So that puts me in a side-by-side view, and once I come out of it, I lose the ability to accept and reject. Can I show all my extensions or made a list that in my Twitch description? Skogen, there is a list. Yeah, Brave Cobra, I agree. The menu is not great there. I have a list of the extensions that I have installed over here on my GitHub. Let me point to that. It is... I need to update this. Live events. I haven't touched that in months. Oh my gosh. I need to update that one. Frequently asked. There they are. There's the extensions that I use. It's down at the bottom. What extensions do you use in Visual Studio Code? And there they are. Excuse me. Yeah, no, I'm stuck now. I can't go back into the ability to edit here. Right? And if I reopen, the edit here is just awful. It's yeah. I'm gonna keep the current change. I think I'm gonna end up doing that for most of these. Where do you see merge conflicts? Save. Now add it. Okay. Next one. This is for the template. And there's a conflict here. Each element of the actions element of the manifest has an icon which must be set. While not strictly necessary, blah, 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 blah. I like the div here. I'm going to accept the current change on that one. Save, add to the commit. All right, here is... Oh, dear God. I'm not even going to look at it. When it's got the white space changes, I'm not even going to look at it. It's a pain in the neck. Hey, Skogen, no problem. Glad I could share that information with you. There it is again. White space changes. But with this one, right? So this is the shell script. I like this one down here better. Much more descriptive. I'm going to take the incoming change on this. The dev branch shouldn't be behind. Yeah. I'm going to accept the incoming on this. All right, here's the CS project. Dear God. Why is it completely different? It's a spacing thing, and Visual Studio Code isn't telling me what the difference is. I can't stand that. I'm going to keep the current change because it works. And we've got it tested. On sample plugin now. Oh, thank you so much, Rambling Geek and Ethan. Hey, Ethan, thanks so much.
Wait, let me explain something to you.
We're having a great time, and I'm glad you could join us, Ethan. All right. There you go. That's for Ethan. All right, moving forward. All right. Now, look right here. These are the exact same thing. And that's annoying. No rainbow? We did the rainbow like 2 weeks ago, Bokyo. I use other tools to do merges, so VS Code as the diffing isn't that smart. No, I'm completely agreeing with you. Not smart at all. Look at this. Content include manifest. Content include images manifest. It should be this one. The manifest is not down in content. That was a mistake. What did I just do? We good? I didn't... Okay. Right? Where did manifest go? Did I delete it by accident? No. There it is. It's good. We're good. All right. Save that one. Stage it. Next one, connection manager. Are you kidding me? There's initialize, set plugin, start async, where it looks almost identical. Why is this even different? Yeah, I'm keeping the dev version. Because that's the one we've been working on. I sincerely hope there's an editor config with the appropriate white space settings. Yeah, I'm going to need to go after that. You want the buttons? You need the buttons. Absolutely. I could do a commercial for Elgato about why you should buy the 15 button. You want those buttons. You need those buttons. Go get those buttons. You're going to love the buttons, I guarantee. Anyways, let's see. This one is set image async. The current change has all this great code. Set title, set image async. I thought we already had. This is inside of set image async. Why do I have set image async twice in here? That's weird. Public async task. The dev version coming in. That's weird. I think I want the master version. No, I don't want the master version because this is starting off with, here's the image args. No, we're okay. We're okay. Yeah, I want the master one on this. Not the dev. Now look at this. Look. What the heck is this? It literally... This doesn't make sense on this merge. Look at this. Let me go all the way up here. I think I want the 2 incoming ones. And that works. Yeah, it wasn't within run. Looking at the folder, there is an editor config. And end of line is carriage return line feed. It is tab with 2 spaces. They are white space issues, and it's screwing up our code. But now the C# interpreter compiler here is not throwing any messages here. There's one way down here at the end. That's another spacing issue. Why is it? All right, I'm okay on that one now. All right, Stream Deck proxy. One change down here, and it's around suppress finalize. We don't need to suppress finalize because... Oh no, we do need to because we are disposing up here. So I do want to accept the current change. So... it would be nice to make the font smaller, and not all caps. Where do you see caps? Oh, in the closed captioning? Yeah. So that's good feedback for Talk to Me Gooseman. Does not mean everyone working on it using an editor supports editor config. True. Which means I want to be able to enforce some of those things during a build or even a GitHub action, maybe. To ooh. I need a sound effect. Can we write a GitHub action that enforces editor config and rejects a pull request immediately if it doesn't abide by it? And then we can play in their code editor.
Shame.
Can we do that? That'd be cool. That would be really cool, but maybe a little intrusive as well. Inside my unit tests here, I'm always okay with adding more using statements. That's fine. And then this was me. I wrote that. That's fine. Okay. Add that. And I think we're good now. So here's what I want to do. While everything is here and staged, let's run the tests. Right? So I have a tests folder. Where is it? Stream Deck lib test. And now I should be able to say .NET test and make sure that my tests run, but it also means that it'll compile properly too. Okay, so those ran, even though there's only 2 tests and they're kind of lame at this point. But we've got tests that run against our code and everything compiles. That makes me feel good about what we have here. So I'm going to go back over to GitHub, and I'm going to merge those changes and push them up. Hold on to your lily white butts. Fine, I didn't commit yet. Merged for release. Got to do that first. Okay, fine. Fine. And I'll sign it. There we go. And now push that. Okay. Now check out merge, push. Right? Merged. Woohoo! Which means that I should be able to go back over here, scroll down to here, click on Azure Pipelines. That's not going to take me through to the deployment. We'll see a new NuGet package, and we should see tests fill in here. What? No. Still building. Right? Merge branch dev. Merge for release. I wish it would queue these up. Isn't there a way to queue them up? Oh, look at that. That's a great tip from Carrie. Dragged over hotkey switch. Control E for the first, Control and D for the second. Hang on. So, look, do you mind? I'm going to just dig into that for a second, what Carrie's describing there. I'm going to open, this is Visual Studio 2019. I'm going to open the toolkit solution. And then open my Stream Deck bit here. Hey! Thank you. I'm going to go over to my Mini. And let's create a folder here. Create a folder. There we go. And put a title on this. Visual Studio. Actually, it'd be really cool if I could just grab a Visual Studio logo. We'll do that next time. All right, so I'm going to click into that button. And then what Carrie's suggesting is she dragged over hotkey switch. Remind me tomorrow that there's a new one. Where is it? Hotkey. There it is. Hotkey switch. I'm going to drag that over. And this is format doc. So hotkey 1, you did Control E. And then with the second one, Control K. Right? Because if I go edit, advanced, where is it? Where's format document? I don't see it. That's duplicate. Where's format document? Right? Format document. It didn't go anywhere. Right? See more. No. Edit advanced format. That's where I was. Advanced. It's not here. This is Visual Studio 2019. And I don't see it. No. No. It's not going to be under view. Huh. I hope they don't get rid of it either. So if I do Control E, D, it didn't do anything. What is it? Not change hotkeys and keyboard shortcuts. Format, edit, format document. Control E, D. Is it Control E, Control D, or just Control E, D? like that. So what Gary's suggesting now is I can go, right, double clutch on the thing. Yeah, I get it. Thanks, Visual Studio. I appreciate you letting me know here. Wow, that's impressive. I'm not installing it in the middle of a show, right? I'm zoomed in here. Go back. Pachero, 1993. Welcome, Pachero. Thanks so much for joining us. So it's there, it's just not on the menu, which feels weird. Okay. Shuchi, hello, welcome. Yeah, right? Wow. Why isn't it there? I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit and turn up. Wow. That's better. Now I feel better. I hope you're able to hear some of these folks that are yapping in the background. Do it live. I did. All right, press it twice now. Right now? Well, hang on. Let's make this look bad. Let's do something where this would need formatting, right? Let me do something like that. A little bit of this. And now if I press the button twice on my Stream Deck, it just reformats on the fly. Nice. Nice. Great tip, Carrie. I'm going to stash that one away. That's hanging out over here on my Stream Deck Mini, so I can load that up now with all kinds of developer tools and things that are hotkeys that I want to do all the time. Like if I want to build all the time, right? When I want to build, right, I could do build here. And the hotkey we know for building the solution is F6. So we could just go like that. And now it'll build whenever I press that button on my Stream Deck. Nice. I have it as the first entry in the advanced menu. Is something with your menu bar config not factory? Nope. Nope. So, advanced, and now it's there. Could not copy. Why couldn't you copy? Because it is locked by .NET Core host, .NET Core host. That's interesting. On a Stream Deck, does pushing a button feel like a keyboard switch or touching a touch screen? It's a little bit more like a keyboard because the buttons are raised. Here, let me see if I can. I'm going to hold up the Stream Deck Mini here. I've still got. Look at this. I've still got the. Don't look at this. Don't look. Bad idea. Don't look at that. I have the twist tie still on the cables here. Let me hold this up. Once I'm done untwisting. That's how you can tell it's fresh and new. There we go. So, let me hold this up. Now, I am not compensated by Elgato. I don't work for them. I'm strictly an enthusiast. But here, you can see there's the Stream Deck Mini. And if I tilt it down a little, you can see the edge. Just how much they're raised up. Okay? So there you go. That's a real good shot of it. You can see how much they're raised up. Okay? So it's just up. It feels like maybe the height of a laptop key. Right? If you think about a laptop key, how it's just a little bit up, maybe 3 millimeters of travel distance. Could I hold up again and press a button? Sure. I'd be happy to. Let me tell you what. I'll even go. Let me go to this shot so you can see a little bit. So here's the Stream Deck, right? You can see just how much, and then when I press it down, it goes flush. Okay? So, it's because you can change the contents of what's on the buttons. I don't think it's something you could touch type per se with, but as something that you can reach for and you can quickly recognize and press a button on, fantastic. Automate the heck out of stuff. Can you make a button that says finish project? Oh man, Brave Cobra, you aren't kidding. That would save a ton of time. No. All right. So we merged and we pushed those things out. Now a bunch of our friends, there we go. There's that. And let's see if our release should have gone all the way out. to NuGet. Yeah, there we go. So this published all the way out to NuGet. So now we have new templates and our .NET Standard library are completely available for folks to be able to see. You set the timer. Yeah, that is neat too. Wonder how they make the button push the touch screen. Well, it's not pushing a touch screen. The button is depressing, and behind the scenes somewhere it's actually triggering, right, that keyboard depress event. There's just an LCD embedded in there between the button and whatever's behind it, right? Yep, there you go. All right, so let's take a look at some of these other pull requests, because some of our friends have been busy here, and I want to give them some credit. I want to show, the great work that they've been doing. Our GitHub ticker isn't running up there. Let's force a refresh and see if we can get that to load. There it goes. Hey, Hugo's here. Good morning. So, Auth0 Bobby is working on a CLI proposal for our emulator. So we have an emulator that we've been building for folks that maybe don't have a Stream Deck, or if you want to do integration testing against something that's going to send the same messages as the hardware or the Stream Deck application. You want to be able to automate that. You want to be able to trigger things programmatically. So we've been building this out. Our friend Robert Tables in the chat is actually working on putting this inside a container so that we can spin it up when we want. But Auth0 Bobby is working on, well, let's turn this into a CLI, a node command line interface, right? A tool that we can use using the node CLI instructions so that you can just run it whenever you want and connect out to it. I don't think it is an LCD in each one. No, yes, I've been told it is one large LCD that is gridded out. So, yeah, I've seen this break down. And where is it? Yeah, there you go. There you can really see how it's a grid. It's neat how they do that, right? It's one there, and they just place appropriately each one of the images. It's a terrific idea. They've done a great job implementing it, and it's nice and affordable for the technology that you get out of it. So it is a plastic dome. I think it pushes down behind the scenes and activates behind the screen. So you're ruining all the magic here for me, Shutchy. Ruining it. All right, so Auth0 Bobby's working on this one. However, Hugo has an update for the README in this with the updated command set in limitations. So let's take a look at the update to the README here. Instead of update the value of build path to be the build output of your plugin's executable, make sure the correct path syntax for your operating system. Update the value of WinExe name or OSXE name to be the file name of your plugin's executable. Okay. All right. I think that makes sense. When you're done, press the Q option to shut down the emulator. Yes, instead of telling folks to Control-C to stop. I think that makes sense. This way, we can also programmatically trigger it by sending a Q keystroke as well. You could stop by your local Best Buy and pick up a Stream Deck. Yes. Just looking at building one yourself. You know what, Shutchy? If that's something that you're interested in building, go for it. The price was reasonable for me to get one. So, the following events are supported by the emulator. Nice. Okay. Emulator will only send events to the first action defined in manifest JSON file. To test a different action, move its definition to the top of the actions array in the manifest. We're going to need to update this eventually as we have more plugins that have more actions. This is going to need to be an issue that we'll address. In fact, set up the branching model. I think we did that. Yeah, so we have a branching model for this. I'm going to close this. Created dev branch, and now protecting master. All right, good. Emulator needs to be able to work with plugins with multiple actions. All right. And I'm going to label this as an enhancement. Help wanted, sure. Wasted FX, thanks so much for the follow. And did I mention Skogen? Thanks so much for the follow as well. I really appreciate it. 5170. Oh, man. I'm thrilled to see all our friends joining us here. This is great. This is for right now. There is a bit of minimum viable that we're going through here and a little bit of get it working. So that's fine. That's great. The README has some inaccuracies. I think this is what... Yeah. All right. So this is that issue that Hugo's closing out here for us. If the emulator is force quit, the WebSocket connection may not be closed. The configuration could be. Find if there's an instance of node running. Yeah, that could be a problem. I'm going to edit and just fix that typo there around if the emulator is force quit. There we go. And then I'll accept this. Make it work, then make it good. Yeah, absolutely. And then incremental enhancements without question. Let's accept this. Great work, Hugo. Thank you. Merge that in. There we go. And that's it for the emulator. Now, I want to go back over to the tools, and then I'll talk about the little plugin that I want to write today. We should have plenty of time to write this. So over here in the toolkit, we have 2 pull requests outstanding. Now, this is the library that for C# developers, .NET developers, will work. Will give us what we need here. Yeah, I recently pushed to master. Should be fine. The CLI is ready. The CLI is ready? Oh, the other pull request in the emulator. Obnoxious? Is that Capybara? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. I hope you're not too obnoxious, because I'd like to hear from you in the chat room. Thanks so much for joining us. This is... So, Carrie's saying this looks like it's ready to go. Lots of stuff going on here. Wow, lots of work here between Carrie and Auth0 Bobby. Great. Verified that it works on Windows. Awesome. Certainly got a breadth of conventions which can be followed. Yeah. If it's an executable and it's defined in package.json, you can even use npx to run it without installing it. And there's a conflict in README. Let's see if we can resolve that README conflict. Ta-da-da-da-da. I'm going to take the lower one here. I think that works. Running as a global tool. Add CLI-like capability using the emulator. I think I need both of these. Do I need both of these? What do you think, chat room? Yeah, I think I want both. So I'm going to take that. Leave a space there. Yeah, Auth0 Bobby says take them both. All right. Alrighty. Not that one. We'll get some points for folks on this. Good stuff. Markers resolved. Commit. Boom. All right. And we will accept this one up. Great stuff. Thank you. And Coding Bandit for your help on this. That's a great CLI. Awesome stuff. All right. So now we've cleared out. We've got all the pull requests here. I think they were making one called Optimus Prime, something like... Blitzkrieg ADB says, or is that supposed to be Blitzkrieg Bob? Typical lurker here. Just wanted to say enjoyed and appreciate the stream I did on Thursday. Got a lot out of it. Well, thank you, Blitzkrieg Bob. Our guest on Thursday was John Montgomery. He's the general manager of Visual Studio, visualstudiocode.net. He's responsible for all of those tools and things that those groups at Microsoft build. And he was thrilled to join us and help give you tips, help show you here's how Microsoft is interviewing folks. So folks that are interviewing people can learn a little bit and maybe grow how they're doing things. But also for us as younger software developers that are just starting our careers, here are some things to know and what the largest software company in the world is looking for when you want to apply for a job. Really great stuff. And like I said, John was he was happy to talk to all of us here. It was great. It was a fun stream. I encourage you to check it out. It's on the YouTube archive, and it's also here on Twitch. If you run up to the top there, click the videos link, and you'll find it if you go back to Thursday, the 31st. So, thanks so much. Hey, Kasukin, good to see you. Oh man, today I have the doc. There he is. G Fuel all loaded up with rainbow sherbet is my flavor today. Duncan Balsam. Welcome, Duncan. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Johan, good to see you. So we cleared out the Stream Deck emulator. It's a great piece of software that does get you up to speed building without restarting and interacting with your Stream Decks too much, and you can test with it easy too. Now the toolkit here looks like Carrie has a small PowerShell fix for us. Let me take a look at this. Images weren't being copied over. Ensured the platform folder contents is the one being copied over. One small fix in the sample plugin to provide the current path to Fritz PNG.
For all the PRs.
Yes, some great PRs today. Pull requests. Let me record that one. Thank you so much, Carrie, for the very kind cheer. And we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code all through first quarter 2019 here. All of our cheers, all of our subscriptions, we're going to donate to Black Girls Code. I really appreciate your support, and I want to show our support for organizations that need help also. So we're going to make donations to all those groups. Thank you very, very much. Brave Cobra is going to go get some more Java. Fantastic. Because we're gonna write a plugin here in just a minute. Where'd it go? For the WeMo. All right, here we go. So all checks have passed. Now, one successful check. Yeah, so it did the build. Good. So well, let's take a quick peek here. Just make sure. Yeah, we need to reference images Fritz PNG, of course. And get rid of those white space changes. You got rid of the McMaster command line utils. Well, we don't need them. They're shoved off somewhere else here. That's a simple touch up there. Remove item, recurse, force path. Okay, that's fine. And instead of push location, copy, pop location, you're just going right into copy item. I think that works. So I'm going to squash and merge. Cool. Thank you so much, Carrie. Great stuff there. And this one from Stelzy, I think no more commits in there. Okay. So Stelzy had the idea, well, instead of building and copying out to a location, let's just create an NTFS junction. Let's create a link between the plugins folder and where we're building. I don't like modifying the disk layout on somebody when they're building our project. So I'm going to pass on that one for right now. Hey, Shuchi, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. 5172? Is that going to tick up to 5172? Yeah. Here it comes. Come on. Turn over. Let's go. This thing only flips once every minute here. You lurk a lot here. That's okay. It's always fun to lurk here. And But I want to make sure that everybody knows you're welcome to ask questions. You're welcome to post comments in the chat room. And those folks who do participate, who help out a lot here, we'll make sure that they get some VIP badges. In fact, you know what I'm going to do here? I don't know why I didn't do this before. Hang on. Stop the press. Can we hold up a second here? Can we pause for a second? Stop. Stop. Stop the music. There we go. Carrie's done some great stuff for us here. I want to make sure that we recognize her. I'm going to bump her to a moderator on the channel from a VIP. Thanks so much, Carrie, for all your contributions here. You've really done some great stuff for us. Thank you so much for helping out. And where is and Auth0 Bobby? I want to toss a VIP over there to Auth0 Bobby as well while I'm here. There we go. Thank you so much for all of our for all of your help here. Thank you very, very much. And you know what? Lennon, we're going to throw a VIP over to Lennon as well while we're here. Thank you very, very much, folks, for your contributions, for helping out. Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of hype for those folks. Let's make sure we thank them. They've put in a little bit of extra work here to share code with us, with our community, to improve things, and they deserve a little bit of help here. Did I just see our Dallas drop in? Hey there, it's our friend Steve Smith, our Dallas. Hello, hello. Going to go straight to my head, popping bottles all day. Let's throw a shout out over there to our Dallas. Make sure you check out his stream. He's writing code and teaching folks how to write using better processes and better patterns. You got to check him out. So go ahead and click through on the shout out there and give him a follow. There he is waving. Hello, hello. So we've done a couple things here. We've got things merged together. I'm feeling good about that. Somebody's saying, can we get to 5180 by the end of the stream? 5,180 followers? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So one of the things that I like to do while we're working here on stream, as we've been working through this toolkit project, we've been building things that allow us to, right, that give us that framework, that give us that capability so that we can actually build plugins.
Wait, let me explain something to you.
One of the ways that I test how this works and being able to build a plugin is to actually build a plugin. A couple days a week here, we'll go through and we'll do more tuning and work on the toolkit, the framework that we're building. But I want to actually build a plugin.
First, take a big step back.
That's my executive producer, Len Grossman. Sorry, Len Grossman. Sorry, Lex. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you there.
A nutless monkey could do your job.
No, hey! That's just rude. Come on now. If there's one thing I do know...
I drink and I know things.
I do. I drink and I know things. Should we nuke that PR if we're not going to go down that road? No sense in letting it hang around. Well, the request that I gave to Stelzy was, let's move this into a second file. Let's put this into a separate script. If we get about another week out here, I'll nuke it. If Stelzy isn't able to move on it. Good morning, Denerd. Great to see you. Yeah, right. So I think if we make that an option, Hugo, that makes it a little bit easier for folks. I'm gonna just put a comment on here. I'll close. If we don't want to make additional changes to this before Feb 10, I'll close the PR and consider it abandoned. Oh, hey, Stelzy's here now. All right, no worries. Just want to make sure. I'll close it out. I like what it's doing, but we're not there. That's fine if you haven't had time to do it. Maybe we can have somebody else help out. When is my friend from the PowerShell team joining the stream? That's Tyler. Oh, I'm forgetting his last name again. But Tyler's going to be joining us on Thursday. Tuesday. What do you hear my guest is on Tuesday? Tuesday we're going to do a morning stream. We're not going to do an evening stream. But Tuesday, our guest is going to be the one and only Lannon BR. Yeah. We're going to do some stuff with AI and have a good time here on stream building a little something extra, another widget for our stream that's going to hang out here. That's big hype there for Lannon coming and joining us. Absolutely. The evening stream considered a success? It's a work in progress. The evening stream is something that's going to take a little bit of work to get running the way that I want it to. This Tuesday, it works better for Lannon to have a morning stream. The following Tuesday, I might have something very special. The following Tuesday. It did help expand the audience, yes. The challenge with the night stream is I'm also competing against a lot more streamers. So now people have to decide if they want to watch me or all these other folks that are on in the evening. I ran that at 6 p.m. Eastern. I need to get the guest back on the events tab. But Tuesday, if it works out right, is going Tuesday the carry the one, do the thing over. The 12th could be very interesting. It's either Tuesday the 12th or the 19th. Could be very, very interesting. And game streaming does pick up in the evening, and there's folks that don't want to think about code in the evenings. All right, so let's build a plugin. Let's get in and let's talk about this a little bit. Let me open this back up. I'm going to go back up a couple. Let me go down into, not this one. I've been working on a project that I call, is it Stream Deck Dashboard? No, where is it? I forget the name of the project. Shoot, what did I call it? Stream Deck Dashboard, there it is. Fritz dot. Stream Deck Dashboard, there we go. In here, I have, let's go, I don't even know why I went into it. There it is, it's over here. Picking a moment to stream is hard. Yes, it is, because you're going to end up running into folks. Evening was nice because I can't focus on a stream well while at work. Nice seeing me on a day that wasn't Sunday. Okay. That's good feedback. Thank you, Denerd. Lannon says, oh, Brave Cobra, you had to catch one of your streams. Yeah. It was 2 a.m. for you that day. Sorry about that. So, a plugin has multiple actions that go along with it, and I can lay out those actions as multiple things that are going on here and registered with the Stream Deck itself. So let's add another action inside of this one plugin, which is going to make this weird calling this unit test plugin when it's going to do more than just unit test. You love that I have your exact PowerShell profile from 5 to 6 years ago. Well, Off Zero Bobby, we can level that up a little. Fairy Wings with the host. Thank you so much. You can pay more attention in the evening. Okay, that's interesting. All right. When we want to create multiple actions inside of a single plugin, right now, when I say multiple actions, right, that's this button. When you look at something like System here, right, or Mixer, the plugin is, I'm not sure if that's a plugin category or what that is up at the top, but each one of these that comes along with it, these are the actions. All right. So I can drag these over and I can tell it to do something, or I can change a name, right? These are two different actions in the same plugin. So you can have multiple actions in one plugin. So when you add the plugin, you get all these different features coming at once. So what I'd like to do is add a second action here that interacts with the WeMo. So for those of you, hey Smap, those of you who haven't seen it, the WeMo is a little device that helps out. Is that Araturn Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. The WeMo is a little device that's great. It's from Belkin, and it helps with that home automation thing, right? You don't need to have smart lamps or smart this or smart that. It's a smart plug. You plug whatever device into it, and there's a button here that'll turn on and off power to that device, and it'll jump on your Wi-Fi, and from your tablet, your phone, wherever, you can turn this thing on and off. So what I'd like to do, Ultramark says your Stream Deck arrived yesterday. Congratulations, Ultramark. Welcome to the Stream Deck party. Yeah, let's have a moment of silence for Mewat. So Carrie worked at a company that had built something very similar called Mewat that not only could turn on and off things, but it would measure the amount of electricity going across the wire. Really neat stuff. So, hey, Fairy Wings, good to see you. So this is a nice device for the non-technical folks to be able to turn on and off the lamps in their room, right? Be able to do that with your phone, or even hook it up to your Amazon Alexa device, or be able to talk to Siri and have it turn those things on. Not you. No. Thank you. Sorry about that. Anyways, so I'd like to be able to wire up a Stream Deck button and be able to choose a WeMo in my house and turn it on and off. And I think that would be a fun action for people to be able to build and work with. Now, you know what? And the more I think about it, do I really want that as part of my developer dashboard? Question about how the Stream Deck works. Does it fire up all those little apps in the background and comes with them over WebSockets? So possibly hundreds of threads running, waiting for input. Possibly. That's why you need to be delicate with it. When you look at how the Stream Deck is running, let me scroll up here. So there's the Stream Deck. It's got 11 sub-processes running, and there they are. That could be a little much. But they're plugins, right? They aren't really doing a lot. They're not taking up a lot of space here. So that's not too bad, and their processor is virtually 0. So, you know, they're effectively asleep here. That's okay. As in, turn off computer from the Stream Deck. That would be a little clumsy, but maybe turn on my desk lamp from the Stream Deck. Or after we get past building WeMo, maybe we build one for Philips Hue that says set the light color from the Stream Deck. Turn on and off the lamp from the Stream Deck. You can actually do that. Turn off PC under system action. Okay, that's a little out there, fellas. PowerShell stop computer. Sure, you could do that too. So you know what? Let's actually do this as a brand new. Let's do this as a brand new project using that template we just did. Turn the lamp red if build fails. Well, that's a little bit more there. Party mode that makes rainbow lights. Oh my gosh, yes. OpenHab add-ons, bindings, WeMo. What do we got there? Shuchi? Belkin WeMo binding. The WeMo binding supports socket, insight, light switch, motion, and maker devices. Okay. WeMo devices are discovered through UPnP discovery service on the network. Nice. For manual thing configuration, we need to know... Okay. All right. What is this? AVM Fritz over here. I see my name and my eyes immediately go, ooh. This is from, what is this? OpenHab. I'm not familiar with OpenHab. But it's on UPnP. We should be able to grab it, locate it, and choose what those different devices are. What do we got here? Ah. Okay. Okay. This is, okay, so this is Java. Discovery Handler HTTP. Okay. Starting WeMo UPnP discovery start scan. Start scan. UPnP service get control point. Search new root device header. Okay, what's root device header? I don't see it there. No. Where is it? It's got to be here somewhere, right? Well, let's get back to this in a bit. Clark.io has such lamp and bot command where people can change the color. He does. That's not what I'm trying to build. I'm not trying to build where you can control it. I'm trying to build where I can control it from the Stream Deck. And there's a lot of folks that have built that type of device here on stream. There are a lot of developers that have built the, hey, control my light from so-and-so. This isn't so much a new project as I want to test the Stream Deck, the Stream Deck plugins, by building a new simple plugin. So let me head back over here. I'm not going to work in the dashboard there. Let's create a plugin. Let's call it maybe the Smart Home plugin and start adding things like this WeMo to it. Just to test and see, make sure that this works. All right, so .NET new, and I should have a template already here. I don't have the Stream Deck plugin template here. Oh, good. So let's add it. So if I want to add the Stream Deck plugin toolkit template, I can do that from NuGet using this command. So I'll execute that, and this will give me the value here. Display the latest oil tank measurement. There's another cool idea for me, perhaps on my Stream Deck Mini, as one of the buttons down here, use it as a little display to show me the latest oil tank measurement. That's not a bad idea, Brave Cobra. I like it. But it is very me-centric. But, right, I mean, so this is showing you the current CPU usage percentage. And that's nice. For us as developers, that's a good metric to have here. I'd love to have another one here for memory. Somebody wrote a whole dashboard of these. The chat does seem to like it. But it's very me-centric. I want to be able to build something that other folks can use. Right? So, I installed the template. Right? And honestly, the numbers on a button that shows the current oil tank level, it's not going to change dramatically during a stream while I'm sitting here, right? It's a dashboard number that I would refresh. Because the photo only refreshes once every 4 hours, you wouldn't get a new number to pop up during a stream because the stream's only 2 hours. Closed captions are hilarious. Well, that's actually not Twitch, CZO Tomo. It's that's an extension from our friend Talk to Me Gooseman. Let me put a shout out in there for Talk to Me Gooseman again. And that's actually coming off of Google Chrome using their speech to text. So, wonder what the Ford number is. Huh? Could I load the taken picture, convert it, and display it on the button? I I might be able to do something where maybe it shows here's the current number, but maybe I could have you push it. Maybe when I push it, it takes a picture immediately, comes back and shows the number immediately. I might be able to do that. But I'd really like to work on the WeMo if that's okay. I don't want to shut down other people's computers. No, don't do that. Don't. It is not a new Twitch feature. It's an extension that you can turn on Twitch. The broadcaster has to add it and have a thing at the bottom. Maybe show the current viewer count. Actually, it does. The Stream Deck. So the thing you see down here, this is showing the current viewer count. And I'll hold this up so you can see it. Let me get a little bit closer. It's too close. It's this one down here. It's reflecting. There it is. Now you can see it. There it is. It says 83. All right. So that's already done. So, do I just have the mini or also the big one? Asks Mr. Demon Wolf. Mr. Demon Wolf. Navarro F for the win. Thanks so much for the follow. Is that Dave Navarro you're referencing? So, Mr. Demon Wolf, I've got a couple.
And you blow it!
No, I didn't blow it. I've got 3 here so I can test and do the things. 33% viewers. That's the CPU. That's the CPU. I need a show and tell cam. I donated that cam to the oil tank in the basement. That's 80 more than you had yesterday. I've been real talk. This is show 180 that we've done. I'm about 15 months into streaming. I've been doing this for a little bit. I need more stream decks. So I'm going to give... It's over there. It's on the floor. Right there. In the box that came. I'm going to be giving one away. I promise. Yes, I'm a little bit crazy. But I do it because I have lots of... I have lots of sound effects. Yeah. And let me tell you,
60% of the time, it works every time.
it does. Works every time. I had 0 viewer. Right. Okay. So I've done my .NET install. So now I have the Stream Deck plugin as a template here that I can build. So I want to build the smart home plugin. So if I say .NET new Stream Deck plugin and we pass a help argument into that, there's a couple things that I need to do here. I can pass in the name of the plugin and the UUID. So let's do this. I'm going to .NET new Stream Deck plugin, and I'm going to pass the plugin name is going to be WeMo plugin. That'll be the first one we build. And the UUID will be C#Fritz.smarthome. Yeah. And... oh, no. No, don't do it! Oh, crap. I did something terrible. I built in my dev folder instead of outputting. Oh, crap. All right, we'll have to clear that up later. Ugh. And let's call this Fritz.smarthome. Put it in that folder. That's what the -O stands for. There it goes. Unable to find package Stream Deck lib with version greater than 1. I think I did something wrong. Fritz.smarthome. Yeah, this is the old version of the template. That makes me feel bad. Let me go back up one. No. I'm going to do, since I'm in PowerShell, Fritz.smart. Yes, go away. And I need to uninstall that template. So .NET new, where I did the -I. I need to remove that one. I want to go get the new one. Which, because I'm the developer, is actually easier for me to get from Stream Deck Toolkit folder, right? So there's in the templates folder. One more. So that's what it should look like. So let me install that one, which is going to be this command. There it is. Now I've got it. All right, go back up. Let's try that. .NET new, passing in all of my arguments here. Installing Stream Deck lib 382. That's right. There we go. Did I pull latest? Yeah. What do we got here? The stream turned dark really fast. I have a weird CC screenshot. No, don't do that. Please don't. The closed captioning has gone strange at times. The captioning is not from Google. It's just for that Chrome has that particular web API enabled. Well, that's Google's API. So, PowerShell, powerful shell. Yes. Can you display the current installed versions? No, you know what? I can't. That's some good feedback for the folks on the .NET SDK team. Is that for me to uninstall and manage the versions of a template is kind of crazy. At least the closed captioning isn't powered by... are you referring to Security Taylor Swift on Twitter? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna let the closed captioning keep running here because it's only appearing on Twitch. All right. So I have my folder here. If I go Fritz Smart Home... That looks right. Okay, so let's open. Open project solution. C dev Fritz Smart Home. Open the project file. And there it is. Okay. Now here's the thing. Every time we build, it's going to restart my Stream Deck app, and it's going to knock down all three of these devices. It's not completely terrible. Disable the closed captioning. You don't like it. Lemons Galore, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Oh my gosh. The follower train is real here. You know what? I'm going to... Yeah, let me turn off closed captioning. There we go. Mr. Demon Wolf, thank you for the host. I appreciate that. Is the closed caption speech to text happening on the client? No. It happens in the... on a client on my machine, and then it's piping it to you. Oh, the Tay AI bot. Yeah. Would be nice if you could run the Stream Deck in a Docker container powered by Qt, so it's not even that native to any OS. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. So, looking at what was generated, we have a manifest. So we have a default action icon that points to the WeMo plugin is the name of the first action here. I think we just want to call this WeMo. Names, action default image, that's fine. That's fine. The font size, I'm going to knock down here to 9. Because font size 16 is really big. Supported in multi-actions for this one that's going to interact with a WeMo. Yes. Turn on and off your favorite WeMo plugs. Right? And it's a capital M in WeMo, isn't it? Fritz Smart Home, description of WeMo plugin. Control all your smart home devices with, yeah, just that's it. That's fine. Hey, Gareth. Would you like to have a bot that counts coffee I drink in chat? Sure. That might be fun. So I stopped drinking coffee at the New Year, and I've been drinking that. WeMo plugin with a Stream Deck. Yes. But there's definitely an opportunity to do some image inspection and count. Nah, it's not no more coffee. It's I stopped because of the sugar content of it. When I put stuff into it, I can't drink coffee black. It's just black coffee just does not sit well with me. At some point, I need to change the URL here. But for right now, that's fine for me. I'm going to call this not WeMo plugin, but Fritz Smart Home. Okay, the UUID for this action, I want to be WeMo Fritz Smart Home WeMo. Black coffee is good, says Gareth. To each their own. I'm not going to hold that against anyone. Or a progress bar on that. Once I drank 5,000. Once I drink 5,000 G Fuel. Ooh. That's when we call them and say, hey, Fritz is drinking a ton of your stuff. I made a coffee counter bot which mods can add a cup of coffee and such to the counter. Oh, that's neat. Okay. Would you compare G Fuel for those who haven't had it? There's all kinds of different flavors to it. Today I'm drinking rainbow sherbet, which tastes almost like candy. I've also got the flavor that our friend it can be sweet, but it doesn't have sugar in it. It has 0 sugar. This is peach iced tea. Look at the green screen is messing with me here. This one is really good. I'm about 3/4 through that one. I've also got grape and raspberry, and what's the other one? Cherry over there as well. But lack of sugar, and there's lack of a crash. That's the big one. No crash. So for us as developers, instead of having to go back and hit another cup of coffee, you don't crash after the G Fuel. And that's huge. Tropical Rain, black on blackberry. Oh my gosh, how did I forget to mention black on blackberry? Ugh. Someday I'll meet the doc. But there you go. Black on blackberry. Brought to you by the doc, Dr. Disrespect. Who's actually a nice guy. So. You crash more than Windows ME. Oh, I see what you did there. I get it. Yeah, I see that. Put non-nutritive sweetener in your coffee. Sure, that works too. So G Fuel, they say it's not sugar, but they also do it's all kinds of vitamins and minerals. You can check out the label on their site if you want to learn more. Let me get into this. I want to start building out this WeMo plugin. So the way that our plugins work, let's make sure we look at this correctly. We have a logger that we set up. We add Serilog into it so that we can log information directly out about what's going on with the plugin. And we initialize, we create a plugin, and we start it asynchronously. This might be the problem we're having with these things hanging around. There's a console read line down here where we should probably just await start async and just let it hang there and not worry about the console read line. Putting sugar in coffee is like using spaces instead of tabs. Oh. Sequel, Mr. Magoo. Ow. I think we need to get rid of this. I think that's going to be a problem. And that the await, because when we start the plugin asynchronously, right, is actually going to just run in a loop until it gets a cancel notification. So I think we're okay on that one. Yeah. Let's see here. All right, let's do it live and get into this. So this is going to kick up a new WeMo plugin. Now, this is where I think when we build multiple actions, we need to get a little bit smarter about. Because right now we have a plugin class, and right? I don't have a way inside Connection Manager to start multiple actions, right? We are the plugin, but we have actions that trigger as part of that. So when we say set plugin, we pass in information about the plugin. And inside of this, we handle on key up, we handle some of these other things that are going on. This is the sample code. I'm not sure we want to pass this in the sample. I mean, it's not bad. Who needs a sugar and coffee war? That's right. You live in the Pacific Northwest and would probably get kicked out if you didn't drink coffee. Have to move somewhere like St. Louis. So each one of these things is triggered. I have a feeling we're going to want to put some sort of a filter in front of this and let the Connection Manager handle it. But this is why I want to create plugins on the fly so we can test out our configuration and see if it works. How's this for debate? Visual Source Safe best version control or bestest version control? Oh, infected FPS. You are starting a war there. You know what I didn't put on my... Hang on. Oh, you know what? I don't have it plugged in. I can't plug it in yet. I can't do sound effects today. Voice change sound effects today. I'll explain more about that next time. Okay. Look, Mr. Demon Wolf, I see your message. I'll take a look at that offline so we get that ready for next time. Thank you for the suggestion. Still had some files under Visual Source Safe until last year. Finally rescued them. Yeah. Oh, you're building a thing with the thing? Yes! We're building a thing with the thing. Hey, it's Talk to Me Goose Man. We had captioning turned on. I'll turn it back on here for a little bit. And some folks were saying they weren't too thrilled with how it overlays, and some of the text that's been coming out of it has been terribly inaccurate. But that's not something you control. We're not building a fizz buzz button. No. We're going to control our light that's plugged into a WeMo. So I'm not doing a counter here per se. And I don't want to do anything with this. On will appear and on disappears when we want to save the state of our plugin. So I'm going to get rid of... I'm going to leave settings here, but get rid of the counter as part of it. Do I have that device there somewhere? Yes, I do. I have it plugged into an extension cord that goes around to the other side. There you go. You can see if we can get that. There you go. All right. So, Unlisted Dog, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. It's funny, every time somebody follows here, I end up with like one or two people that unfollow. I don't know what's going on there. Thanks for trying it out. Just like regular closed caption, it's not for all. Seems to work better than the YouTube closed captioning. Well, there's that. Yep. Developers. Always. We got to have Steve welcome in our friends. So, I was looking around for a little bit about this, right? So, I mean, this is literally just a plug that wakes up and connects to Wi-Fi and does the thing. And you use your iPhone, right, or your Android phone to configure it. Here come the source control arguments. Sorry, it's all Git for me. All Git all the time is what we use. I found a class out here, and I've been dancing around this, that it's a simple C# SDK. There isn't one that exists. However, somebody wrote a class that will do this and allows us to interact with the device. Oh, look. Now people are showing how old they are here. No, I use CVS. Thanks, Gary. Thanks.
Oh, my.
CVS. What is that? Other than a pharmacy. Anyways, so I downloaded this library, It's sitting right here. And open that up. Oh, I've got plenty more Les Grossman clips where that came from. Let me tell you.
First, take a big step back.
Yes, please, take a big step back. Listen to Les. You don't want to mess with him, okay? I need to make that a little louder. Don't get him angry. Is that reference less too old? Might be. Try accessing it from different continent before networking was good. A nightmare. Oh. Oh, we've got plenty of and thens.
And then.
Oh, there's lots and lots. So I was looking at this class to interact with the WeMo, and I have a couple challenges with this. They know the IP address right up front. Now we know you can use UPnP to discover these things. What's Stelzy say? I think Git has won the great source control war. Yeah, I think you're right. But that's not important right now. That's right. Not important right now to talk about CVS. So this is interacting with it, right? And a binary state is target status. Target status right now is set to a 0. So 0 turns off whatever's plugged into this, and 1 turns it on. Go figure. But this is what the interaction looks like. It creates a stream to wherever that address is, UPnP control basic event 1, and then sends that across. That's it. Now that seems really, really, really simple. Oh yeah, it's using SOAP. And if you look at the bindings over here, right, it's not using REST. UPnP discovery service is what this is talking about, right? All kinds of channels. Right? WeMo API. SDK download page. The sun is setting on our SDK. Yeah, right, whatever. We will continue to test existing SDKs against OS updates from Apple and Android. So developers have already created their products using those, blah, blah, blah. We're grateful and enthusiastic who have embraced WeMo, created apps, blah, blah, blah. The most successful. Plenty of crowdsourced documentation on the UPnP commands, which our devices will respond to. Yeah. Thanks so much there, team. Way to go. So there's all kinds of folks that have written, and here's the API reference, right? Setting up the SDK, show me the docs. Show me the docs. Show me the docs. WCF time. No. Not going there. And then yeah. That's not going to work. Python API to Belkin WeMo. Coding Belkin WeMo switch. C#.NET library. Yes, but it's a YouTube video. I want the docs. Give me some docs. WeMo without a smartphone. Groovy time with UPnP and WeMo. Oh yeah, definite no to WCF. Yeah. Looking. So what I'm concerned about is, okay, this is nice, great. You're just passing through SOAP content to set that state. But I need to use UPnP so I can find the device, so I can find all the devices, so I can show you, here's what the list of devices are. SOAP isn't bad, right? Can we get past SOAP bad? SOAP isn't bad at all. SOAP is very descriptive, very clear to see exactly what the intent of each one of these things are do. It's extremely descriptive. And don't tell me it's chatty and it takes up a lot of space on the wire, because you gzip encode it before you send it across the wire. So it's actually the same size as JSON when it goes across the wire. So rest in JSON, while appears smaller to our human eyes, it's the same size because all this crap gets compressed out when it gets gzip encoded. Okay? Nobody sends XML across the wire without gzip encoding it, which makes it just as small. It's a question of how much do your human eyes want to be able to read these? If you don't care about your human eyes being able to read it, fine. Use whatever you'd like. But this is a heck of a lot easier for me to read and understand what each one of these things are than JSON. I'll take that Pepsi challenge every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Where did it go? It's here. I know it is. Wait a second. I moved him.
Right.
You don't agree with that. Why don't you agree with it? So what if it's wordy? It's going to get compressed down with gzip. So I need to look at this. And I want to identify the devices on the network. I want to take this and turn this into our WeMo switch on, switch off method so that I can just pass in an IP address. So I'm going to copy out a huge chunk of this code. And I'm not going to put that while on the end here. And let's go back over to this. And I'm going to create another class down here. This is going to be an internal class. Internal class WeMo control. And let's put a method on here. I don't know what I'm going to return yet. Set power state bool activated. Bool set power on. Right? I don't know what these things are yet, but we'll figure it out in just a minute. I'm going to move this over to another file. Thank you. So here's my control. I don't know what the IP address is. I'm going to need to pass that in. We're talking about in bytes and over a local network, then it's really a very, very tiny optimization. Yes, it is. I can also gzip JSON before sending it, which makes it even smaller than the gzipped XML. No, it makes it about the same size. Because it doesn't replace the curly braces with a different character. It still replaces it with the same byte. Just like the tags are going to be replaced with the same byte when you gzip XML. 26 with 18 years of experience. Nice. What is a WeMo and when it's at home? Asks Simon. Fine question. So WeMo is a device. I have one here. Okay. That allows you to plug into it, and it has a Wi-Fi connector in here so that you can control, right? And it's a plug. It gets plugged in here. And it lets you control things in your home, turning on power, turning off power to them. You do the same thing I do with unknown APIs. Just kind of poke around it and leave notes where you don't know what a thing is. Yeah, let's figure out what the different things are that we need to control here. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to need to pass in an IP address and maybe a port. Let's start with the IP address. Maybe the port is the same for everything. Right, and even then, the port we could attach. Right? Yeah, let's just do string IP address, pass that in. I'll get rid of this, turn that into IP address, so the web request goes to the correct location. Turn that into a var. I don't want that extra junk here. Using system net. There we go. Good. Turn this into a var as well. And we'll get our using statement for that. Var that. Put a var on one of these as well, and a var here. New stream reader. We need a using statement there. We're going to need a using statement for console. These are going to go away. Let's get rid of this extra junk here. All right. You have a WeMo smart light switch also. terrific. And WeMo does, it is a product line. But I'm going to start with just my power here, and then we'll expand in the future and add new features here. Probably want to var that one. All right. So I've got it in. It'll at least compile. I got rid of all my red here. So I still need to figure out... Well, here we go. Target status is 0. Let's change that up. And let's say set power on. And if we're going to turn the power on, it needs to be a 1. Otherwise, it's a 0. Easy. So now this makes sense. Everywhere it's doing a console write line. I don't want to do a console write line. I want to do a... I want to write to the log. So I want to change that up a little bit. From my program, I create the plugin, WeMo plugin. I could pass a logger into that at this point, right? I don't have a logger that's sitting here that's available to me. I should have one. So let's create public. Yeah. logger get set. And I'll control dot on that so we get our logger interface. And new WeMo plugin. And let's say logger factory. Yeah, logger logger equals logger factory dot create logger WeMo. Like that. Okay, so now I've got a logger here, there. And I'm going to want to pass it into my control. Little early here for logger. I see what you did there, Stormfist. Oh, yeah. No, not that one. Yeah, all right. Let's see here. SOAP has poorer performance, more complexity, less flexibility, where REST has less security. Performance of a message format. I don't think you can describe performance of a format of text. More complexity. Yes. How can something be more complex and less flexible? That feels like an oxymoron. Something where you could build the extension yourself, so maybe a string cast to any format and then statically check. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so I've got this being passed in here. When this is created, I need to get access to my WeMo control. Yeah. Which means I need, well, all right, hang on. So if I have a private read-only WeMo control equals new WeMo control. And I'm going to need to pass in what the logger is so that that can access it. Maybe we need to tell the WeMo control about the plugin so they can reach back and get the logger. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start there. No. What are you doing? Change signature. Yes. What are you doing? Wow. Is that a cyclic Hercules? Thank you so much for a Cyrillic Hercules. Thanks so much for the sub. Oh my gosh, bringing a Twitch Prime sub here. Very cool. Thank you. I really appreciate you joining. Oh, I forgot the name of it. Thank you. Let's just call this control. And now I should be able to. I appreciate the sub, and then we'll make a donation to Black Girl's Code. Now I can generate the constructor. Thank you. Generate the constructor. Private read only. This isn't available yet. Fine. We'll create a constructor here. And we'll say control equals new WeMo control this. All right. That works. So now over here, we should have, there's the constructor and a reference to the plugin. Good. All right, so now I have a way to access the logger by walking up the object graph. Pair programming for large values of pair. Yes. Does Netcore support VB.NET properly? Yes, it does, Gareth. It's the same. It's the same Roslyn compiler that runs for the full .NET framework as well. All right, let me go back over to here. I've got two of the same thing over here. All right. I didn't see the whole stream. Did you already reject the NuGet WeMo net? I haven't seen the NuGet WeMo net. Stop the press. Hang on. So searching for it doesn't show up here. There's a WeMo net? I don't see it here. What does this do? Sean Sullivan. .NET's Standard 2 library providing easy multi-platform communications. Fantastic! Compile the project or acquire the latest NuGet package and reference. Terrific. But I still need to figure out what the IP address is for the thing. I like it. Hey, Moz! I didn't know this was a thing. Oh my gosh. Let's do the install. WeMoNet. A WeMo wop, a WeMo wop, a WeMo wop. Oh my gosh, that's terrific. So let's add that package. I'm going to right click, manage NuGet packages, browse. Even if I search for WeMo, does it find WeMoNet? It does. Only 347 downloads. We're going to hulk up those numbers real quick here. Johan asks, out of curiosity, who else was also at Hanselman's talk in Den Bosch yesterday? Yeah. Oh, I didn't set the project. Building a smart home plugin for the Stream Deck to control WeMo devices. Hey!
The WeMoNet NuGet package.
That it didn't read that quite right, but yes, thank you. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I didn't record your earlier cheer as well, so that's combine the two, carry the one. I'm going to add it over here in the top of the plugin. Cheer 242 C Payette, and today is February 3, 2019. Thank you so much for that kind cheer. And we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Very cool stuff. Gutted you didn't get to see him in London. Oh, sorry to hear that. All right, so now I have WeMoNet installed. Where's my... Here it is. New WeMo. Turn on WeMo plugin async. Turn off WeMo plugin async. Well, that's easy. Crumbs. And then we can see the success. Is there a project link here? Project site. How do we find the UPnP so we can find these things? He doesn't say. We just have to guess what the IP address is? How do I know the IP address of this thing? I still don't use the cheer snippet. Oh, you're right. You're right. And actually, I don't need this control then. I'm going to delete that. Don't need it. So I don't need that. In fact, I'm using the wrong keys. I can go cheer. There it is. 242. And that's on 03219. Cool? All right? No UPnP. Yeah. Let's see. Gareth says, how come we've moved from Girl Develop It to Black Girls Code? We supported Girl Develop It all through 2018, and we wanted to spread the love, share with several different organizations in 2019. So for the first quarter, we're supporting Black Girls Code. Girl Develop It right now is under a little bit of turmoil. They've actually stopped operations, and it's not a financial thing, but they're having some internal political turmoil that they need to resolve quickly, or they're in danger of shutting down. So, this is the first one that we selected. There'll be others that'll come on and we'll support. There'll be a number of different tech-related good causes throughout the year. Yes, indeed. So, there's a C# NuGet package. Oh, Neonat, can you drop me a link for it in the chat room there? That'd be fantastic help. So instead of doing I'm gonna clean that up. Instead of accessing WeMo control here, I'm gonna go back over to WeMoNet here. And I'm going to be able to say new WeMo, and then it's turn on WeMo plugin async. That's easy. But I want to turn it on and off as a switch. So I need to remember the state of it. So I think we need private read only WeMo. Right? Oh, geez. And we'll call this my WeMo. And actually, I can new that up now. Right? Like that. Speak of the devil. Alright, never mind. Oh, I didn't get that attention because there's a comma after it. It didn't pick that up. Does this help get MAC address and IP address of WeMo power switch device? Let's see. So Neonat has Park Square UPnP. Let's open that one. And Brave Cobra is suggesting open.net. Can I retrieve the state from the WeMo? Looking at Sean's here, it doesn't appear. .NET Core Console, .NET Framework Console, Communications Info Responses, Device Current Time, well, Binary State. That sure looks like you should be able to get it. Does not provide WSDL, which means we cannot rely on it. Okay. Using WeMoNet turn on success, off success, and just success. It'd be great if we could get the state of it. Get response web request, get response. Get WeMo plugin response async. It's not. These are internal methods here. It doesn't look like. And there's just toggle. Turn on. Okay, turn off. Yeah, oh, here we go. Get list of local WeMo devices. So it looks like I can get that list. Ooh, wow. Kritul Rathod? Thank you for the follow. Help me out with that name if you can. This is going to be a great hobby project to learn about VS Code Netcore. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There are unit tests. But get the list of WeMo devices, this is one that I want to be able to definitely hit. But turn on, turn off, it doesn't look like it shows me the state. Set WeMo plug async. Yeah, it doesn't look like it will return get WeMo response object async, switch, and then it why don't you just tell me the state? Dump it out. Right? Just tell me what it is. Give me a method that does just that. I feel like that's a pull request that we need to send over to Sean. But looks like there's a bit there that we can work with. All right, so let me go back over to the code here. I'm going to need to remember the state. So let's just put here, let's just call this state, and let's assume it's turned off to start, which feels weird, but I don't have... Oh, I've already newed it up, which means I don't need this. I just said... Yeah. Thanks, Google. Thanks for that translation. This is going to be a great... Yeah. I use OpenHAP, and that's one annoying thing. If you turn on a light at iPad and turn off manually, don't know. Right. Really need to find a way to get paid to do this whole device programming thing for a living. It's fascinating, all the possibilities. Yes, there's lots of possibilities. Ace Me Muhundis. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. 5177, 5178 maybe. Very cool. Thank you so much, all of our new followers today. This is great. I appreciate you joining us. So I'm going to remember the state so I know how to toggle it, but I also know then how to set the state of the button that I want to show. Because whenever it's turned on, I want it to show one way, and I want it to show a different way when it's turned off. So on will appear and on will disappear. These, before I get into actually pressing the button, right? There's two methods, on key up and on key down. I'm not going to get into those right now. But my settings, I think I want to save the state. And I'm going to save this, and I'm going to pass in my value that's coming out here. So now on will disappear. Now this is what happens when you're on the Stream Deck. Let me show the device. And you click that button, the button disappeared. Well, I need to save what was the state of it. And when I click back in, it reappeared. Now I need to redisplay it with that appropriate state. So I want to save that state so I remember it, and then I'll set the image appropriately later. So on will appear, coming out of those args, I'm going to say this state equals args dot payload, because that's my payload. That's right, payload dot, and then there should be settings, and now I can reach in and get the state out of there. Now I want to double check and make sure there is one. If there isn't, then let's set it to false. By default, set it to turned off, so that when we turn it on, we'll force it to turning on. So now on key up. So now what I want to do is I want to set, well, I need to figure out the IP address. So somewhere up here, we're going to need a private string for IP address. Yeah. We're going to need to figure out what that is. We're probably going to want to save that as well. So not just the state, but the IP address equals. So we save that off as well. Right, so that when this starts up, and we can't use a static here because in the cases where you do have more than one Stream Deck or more than one button, we need to make sure we're targeting those appropriately. And that's what it looks like if you have more than one Stream Deck. So I need to make sure that I'm grabbing that information appropriately. This, payload, settings, and I'm using the null coalescing operator here, so I'm sure that I get a value. All right. I don't want to count the amount of people that keep forgetting that. About, what was that from Auth0 Bobby? Yeah, unit tests are going to be important. Did I call it the... No, I called it the null coalescing operator, and yeah, Google isn't getting it right. You want to do something similar to Stream Deck, either check out Stream Puppy or Twitch Deck? Yeah. Well, it's ternary when you do it like this, right? Sometimes you see folks call this the Elvis operator. So, moving on. So I have it now getting that information. What should be framed on each developer's desk? Call you Crits. All right, no problem. I will be sure to do that. Welcome, Crits. Isn't remembering the state problematic when it gets out of sync? Yes, and that's why we should be able to query it. And I think that's going to be a nice pull request that we'll send over to Sean. But let's just get it working first, and then we'll come back and figure that out later. once we're sure that it's doing that it can actually turn on and off the thing, right? So on key up, so when we release, depending on the state, we're going to call the appropriate method. So if state, stop that. So if it's true, if it is turned on, then we're going to want to say my WeMo turn off, and we're going to want to await that. We need to give it the IP address. That's easy. That's it. Otherwise, my WeMo turn off and give it the IP address. That's it. We're probably also going to want to set the image appropriately, right? Set image args? No. This dot manager set image async. You know, we probably would want to await and do. Well, no, we're fine to do both. And we're going to need, right, the context. That's args.context. Image location, I don't know what that is yet. So I'm going to comment that out. And we're going to want to do, thank you, the same thing when it's turned on and off in both cases here. So that feels too easy to do there. But I still need to figure out, well, what are all the devices that are hanging out there? And I'd really like to log that I'm turning this off. So I'm going to grab logger and say log debug turning off device at, let me get some string interpolation here, and pass in the IP address. And I'll do the same thing. And this one should be not turn off, but turn on, right? And this should be turning on device. Shouldn't the else be turn? Yeah, thank you, Shuchi. And bug found. Bug found the bug, and we corrected it. It's so meta. All right, so that's saved. So that feels good, except for I need to know the IP address. And I need to plug something in here in order to detect and start verifying that it works. Let's see. What can we do here? What can we do here? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do this. Right, we saw there's a method on the WeMo to get the list of things. Right, so if I go my WeMo, toggle WeMo async, it's not here. I don't have that version that has that source code. Where'd it go? WeMo CS. I don't have this version. Right, where'd it go? This one. No, that's toggle. Turn on, turn off. Get list of WeMo devices. This isn't in the version that I have. Is there a pre-release? No. And it hasn't been touched since 2018. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Rats. All right. Thinking out loud then. How am I going to get the IP address for this thing? New WeMo plug, and then plug get list of local WeMo devices. Open.NAT has a searcher. I could just put it in app settings right now, and I could pull the source and recompile. Open.NAT has a searcher. All right, well, let's see what this has. Please look at changelog. Let's go over to the project site, see how to use this. And let's make sure... Oh, it has no dependencies. All right, so I should be able to use it. Lightweight, easy-to-use class library to allow port forwarding in NAT devices with UPnP and or PMP. Okay. So, new NAT discoverer, await discovery, discover device async, get external IP async. Well, dang. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Let's drop that in. I'm going to need to add OpenNAT. Wasn't it open.NAT? There it is. Gimme. Lib has not been touched in 2 years. Well, it said it was .NET Standard compatible. And it's not 2 years, it's 1 year. Are you talking about OpenNAT? Yeah, 2016. It's a great question. Build failing. Feels good. Let's look at the project. There's the nupkeg. CS Proj. Net Standard 2.0. Sure looks like it should be working for us. Why it doesn't show dependency? I mean, if it doesn't have dependencies, it's not going to show them, but I would at least expect it to show my framework version, right? Oh no, I've been online for a while here, Buoyant Air. And we're going to be dropping out here in just a few minutes. Did she go live? Fouget. We could look at this on Fouget. Can I just change that and have it go to the same place? Nice. Frameworks, Net 3.5, Net 4.5. Well, Net 4.5 should work on .NET Core. Should. We'll give it a shot. So, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close that. Save this. I think, what I think we need to do is I think we need to back up, look at the WeMo, the WeMo.net project, pull that down, get some of these extra things into it to find and report the devices and work with it from there. But it is after 12. That is all the time I do have today. So I want to get stuff checked into source control here so that you folks can access it and we can get back into it later. So I am going to run out to my repository. This is something that I'm building, so I'm going to put it on my side. And I'm going to call this Fritz Smart Home, a collection of smart home plugins for the Stream Deck. And we'll work more on this. Initialize the repository with a README. Give me a git ignore for Visual Studio. And we're going to make this MIT license. I'm not going to add any build capabilities yet. Just create the repo. Fantastic. And, yep, SSH. Down here's PowerShell. Let's git init. Git remote. Add origin. There we go. Git pull. Origin master. There we go. You know what? Feels bad, man. Move readme. We'll call it plugin readme MD. Pull that down. There we go. Git add all the things. Git commit. Started work on managing a WeMo. All right. Git push. Why don't you just give me an option to say, yes, do that. Bazinga. There it is. So we merged in a whole bunch of stuff. We got it working to the point we've got our things building. We've got a new version released for our Stream Deck toolkit and for our emulator. We started working on a new plugin that's going to control a WeMo, and we're figuring out some of the rough edges around having multiple actions around a plugin. I think we're going to set up and raid our friend NoOpCat and join in with all of her folks over there. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. I'll be back on Tuesday when my guest will be Lannon BR. And we're going to do some cool stuff with AI and widgets here on stream. If you're interested, if you want to hang out and you want to watch NoOpCat, sit right back. You don't have to do a thing, and you will be magically whisked over to her stream where she's going to be building some stuff with JavaScript. It looks like she's triaging some bugs. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. And I'll catch you next time on Tuesday. Take care. Have a good Super Bowl. May your team win. See ya.